Hey everyone, welcome back to Trevor Monday. Hi. And today on the show, we're talking about Call of Duty and asking the question, is it the best one ever in the form of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare?
Whoa, today CADA revealed multiplayer gameplay at Gamescom, and hoo boy, it sure is a Call of Duty game!
They did it! And last week, Adam, me, got to check out the very exact same multiplayer, and guess what?
What?
It's a lot of fun, Joel.
What?
It's actually fun.
That's good news. So why is it fun?
Well, first up, it's actually a lot faster. Overall, the movement moves a lot quicker.
Cool.
You get the double jumping, the strafing, the exosuits make it feel like you have superpowers, and I like that.
Yes.
It's actually very similar to Titanfall's movement, sans the wall running.
Right. So that's good. Movement's faster. What else is fun?
I mean, that's really it. It is a Call of Duty game, so you kind of
True.
know what you're in for.
True.
It's not going to change the way you think about it. It's not Persona 5. It's Call of Duty. So if you don't like the core of the gameplay, you're not going to like this. But if you're looking for something fresh and a little different, the exosuit actually makes it a lot of fun.
Okay, so that actually we're going to move on to our next point then. What is different about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Lawrence?
It's in the future.
Ooh.
The real future. I mean, Ghost was also in the future, but this is more future, so it's like double the future. It has also nothing to do with Modern Warfare, Ghost, or any other Call of Duty game if you're into the canon, you know? So
We are. We like the story, right, Lawrence?
What's the canon about Call of Duty, Lawrence? Can you tell us?
There's a ghost, and his name is Ghost.
Yeah.
And he goes around and he's a ghost. He hides in people's closets and then pops out and goes boo. The big thing about this game is it's got exosuits or robot suits, whatever. Edge of Tomorrow suits. They're just like little robot frameworks that sit on the dude's arms and let him jump and dash and have perks and stuff.
We make this sound not nearly as exciting as it actually was when you saw it. Because when you came back, you were very excited about
Well,
it.
to be fair, when you go to these events, they're very loud and they throw things in your face and they look exciting. And when you explain them to people in front of a couple of cameras and some lights, you sound like a dummy.
Yeah, that's true. There's also a different developer. Sledgehammer Games participated in the development of Modern Warfare 3, if you remember. But this is the first COD that they've actually led in the development.
And this is good because at least we have some concrete reason to expect originality this time around, rather than a press release promising that it will be the best one ever. They're changing the game when in fact they didn't. They just added a dog.
So in my opinion, this game feels like what Vince Zampella and half of Infinity Ward was trying to do with Modern Warfare 3 back in 2010. There you got the mech suits, double jumps, future stuff. But I bet Activision shut all that down about 4 years ago early on.
Yep.
So that's why Zampella actually left to make Titanfall instead. And now it feels like Activision's kind of trying to catch up a little bit.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So now, for the big question that I think probably most people are going to be asking about COD Advanced Warfare, what's the same?
So first off, the unlock system is exactly like Black Ops 2. In fact, it's actually bigger. It's pretty daunting. Just by looking at this right here, the unlock layout, you can already feel the old pacemaker giving me my money's worth.
Because you're really worried about unlocking of the shoes.
It's
and the knee
just too
pads
much
and-
stuff.
Yeah, there's too much.
You can customize things like your goddamn shoes and knee pads.
Yeah! Woo! Right?
It's
Feel
seriously,
like that.
it's almost too granular. I mean, I get it. It's for the people who only play Call of Duty.
Sure.
I mean, getting to the point where you can customize the individual hairs of your stubble. It's getting weird.
Lawrence, that seems like Dota 2, right?
A little bit. The weird thing is Dota 2's setup plays exactly into how it makes money. They give you all those customization slots so you can unlock some weird hat, so you can buy it to complete the set. Like it makes sense in Dota 2's world.
Sure.
I just don't get why they give you 18 knee pads in Call of Duty if there's no way to make any money off that.
I mean, when you see the game in this iteration, it starts to make more sense that this would actually be a free-to-play version where you just play for the cosmetic upgrades.
Really?
That would make more sense to me in the long run, but they keep pumping. They got 3 separate big studios working on different iterations of Call of Duty, which I think because they're on a 3-year development cycle now that they're using the next gen and they're on 16 different platforms. But still, holy crap, knee pads.
So even though this is the first truly next-gen COD, it still looks like a COD. I saw the multiplayer gameplay, and there just isn't much to brag about when it comes to these graphics. And so Lawrence actually made a good point in the meeting. Why can't they improve the graphics for this, for multiplayer?
It comes to a question of visual parsing. Call of Duty is a very, very fast game. And if an enemy player's on the screen for like 10 or 15 frames, that has to be visually apparent. And if there's a ton of like smoke and sparks and lighting effects and bloom and fucking lens flares everywhere, it's really easy to lose player characters in that visual clutter. So they have to keep it somewhat visually simple just to make it playable and enjoyable.
Right, and they've said time and time again that their goal has always been 60 frames per second online multiplayer. In order to do that, you usually have to scale things back like textures and giant lens flares.
And then, of course, the esports support, so they it has to be competitive. It can't be like, I lost you in a lens flare again. Like, it can't be any of that for esports.
Or the frame dipped, and we're going to blame lag and all that stuff. Also, it's worth noting that all the gameplay that you're seeing right here was captured on the Xbox One.
Right.
So we still have hope that the PC gameplay is going to be amazing with those high-res textures.
So the event opened up with that gameplay trailer that it was multiplayer, and you said, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. And then you went to Xbox One, and it didn't look good.
Correct. In the trailer, I'm pretty sure they were capping that on PC, and because it looked like 4K resolution, looked really good. And then we played the game and went, wow, this looks kind of lower res, but that's what you get with a console.
Well, right, exactly. Lawrence, how many guns are in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare?
A lot.
Thank you.
That was it.
You're welcome.
My biggest problem, though, with all the guns and the unlocks and all that stuff, there's just too much to unlock. Like I was saying earlier, by the time you prestige to rank 1, Treyarch has already announced the next Call of Duty, so you kind of start asking yourself, what's the point?
Yeah, that's true. All right, so our question to you guys is, do you care about COD? Last week we talked about how pre-orders were dipping for COD, and then they were worried that they weren't going to sell as many. So are you guys tired of it? Are you going to be buying Advanced Warfare? Is this something that has piqued your interest? Because Ghost, in my opinion, was the biggest misstep the franchise has made so far.
And I think you're correct. For me personally, having played a little bit of the multiplayer and seen the single player and behind the scenes stuff, my interest in the series has been fading a lot since the release of Modern Warfare 3. Other games like Battlefield and Titanfall have since come out and started offering more of a different experience that the same Call of Duty just seems to pale in comparison. With all that said, though, this is the first time in over 3 years that I'm genuinely excited for a new Call of Duty, and I attribute a lot of that to the new studio, Sledgehammer.
Oh, good for them.
The best way I can describe it is that Call of Duty is just looking to be fun again.
Okay.
It hasn't been fun in a long time. It's just been a grind.
Good, I'm glad.
Also, in a kind of unrelated note, but I'm actually really excited about the single player, along with Lawrence, right?
What? Yeah. Single player.
Lawrence, you said you were excited about single player COD.
It's mostly the cutscenes, to be honest. The motion cap looks really good. The engine looks really good. I'm kind of over Call of Duty, how it plays. It's just run forward, hide behind a rock, play whack-a-mole with people, throw grenades at them maybe, and then move on. I want to see the big explosions. I want to see the pretty scripted sequences because that's where all the money is. Just make a crappy 30-minute action movie. That's what I'm in it for.
But now you can double jump.
Yeah.
And so to wrap everything up, my hope lies in this new studio with a new franchise, within a franchise that is Call of Duty. I think more chances will be taken, and for me, that can equate to actual fun.
And at this point, I feel like Activision should start taking risks with the next Call of Duty. I know they're already way into development for the next 2, but Activision, listen to me. You think they'll listen to me?
No, not at all.
On your trailers, we got the Dead Island 2 Sunshine and Slaughter trailer.
A lot of zombies get killed, faces get stomped in, and there's blood everywhere.
But will you play it?
Sure, I'll give it a chance.
Do you want to play it?
Yeah, why not?
Can you play it?
Yes.
Who will play it?
Me.
How will you play it?
With my hands.
Good job. Guys!
All right, so let's see if we move. Can we show the girls' crew as they walk by?
I think that's a different crew.
No,
that's girls' crew.
That's girls' crew.
They're back together.
Yeah.
They did it.
When you guys are done filming, I have to
We
like,
work
pick
through our
email that you have to
differences.
read
Hey,
from
hey,
apart. I don't know why
hey.
we're
And now we're a bunch of friends again. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, they
Girls,
were all-
We don't want to sing this song anymore. Hey, hey, hey.
Girls' crew.
They were all not friends last weekend.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show for Tuesday. Hi.
Tuesday.
Joel Clapp. And
Hey, clapping! I'm just not standing next to you, bitch!
douche. This is the adult version of entertainment news.
You wiener!
The original for today, Gamescom is going on right now in ye old Germany, and Sony just wrapped up the press conference, so we're asking the question, PS4 versus Xbox One, who won the European edition?
Gamescom 2014, who wins? Up first, let's go with Microsoft.
Yeah, they start off with the Halo 5 beta, which is coming out on December 29th. I'm happy.
Of course you're happy.
We also got to see very little from a Halo 5 first look video.
There was some movement, there was a map that we saw, right?
We saw
a
midship.
camera moving
Please
through a
refer
map.
to it by its name and the pretty graphics. There was like zero gameplay.
Midship.
Sadly.
There's also the Halo channel, which will be a thing. The Halo channel enables you to seamlessly transition between Halo games and other Halo experiences, featuring full Twitch integration, broadcast your gameplay, or watch feeds from the Halo community from competitive multiplayer. Halo!
Yeah, it's pretty much what Halo Waypoint was. Stop doing the jerk-off motion, buddy.
I read it for him. I knew he'd be excited.
Dear God.
Yeah.
This was once called Halo Waypoint, but it looks like they're rebranding the whole thing as the Halo channel for the next generation version, which is going to be, remember, this is Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4.
You are so excited,
with the Master Chief Collection, and then Halo 5 Guardians.
Man.
And they have the all-new live action series.
So much Halo for Adam.
It actually makes a lot of sense that they retooled it to do an entirely new channel, which is very exciting for me and probably other Halo fans out there. Does anyone actually play this game other than me?
Nope.
Matt Peak. Thank you.
All right, Matt Peak still plays. Jeez. Wow. There was also some Quantum Break gameplay, which looked pretty fucking awesome. I liked it. I mean, like, James said it was kind of the answer to the Order on for Sony, and I thought it looked fantastic. I'm really looking forward to playing this.
I think we all are, though it looked a little generic.
Sure, but they all look the same. But either way, I mean, it still looks really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Next up, Rise of the Tomb Raider was announced to be an Xbox exclusive, which made a lot of people very mad.
It made Lawrence really mad. Why, Lawrence?
I'm not mad at all. The internet is, though.
Why?
Because for some reason, people think that Tomb Raider is a Sony property, which it's not. It never has been.
Oh.
Tomb Raider came out on PC first, and then it came out on Sega Saturn, and then it came out on PlayStation. So who cares?
So it should be on Dreamcast?
Yes.
Okay.
So apparently this is an exclusive on Xbox for holiday 2015.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Right. I mean, essentially, if you want the bare bones version of it, Microsoft gave Crystal Dynamics a shitload of money. I'm sorry, Square Enix.
Yeah.
A shitload of money and said, please make this exclusive for a limited time. And if anyone asks, just say it's exclusive for all time when it will eventually come to every other platform in the world. The reason why they're not saying that it's going to come to other platforms is because it diminishes the value of all the money that Microsoft gave them.
Eventually it will, so don't worry. Lawrence, tell us about the indie games on Xbox.
Oh my God. Space Engineers.
Yes.
Goat Simulator.
Yes.
Smite.
Sure.
And that Unity engine. It's now free.
Okay.
Sweet.
So the Forest game, maybe. That wasn't announced,
Yeah.
but that's made with Unity, so.
So it looks like PC games, all these fun little broken early access things, are slowly making their way over to consoles.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's interesting.
I mean, sort of. They're early release, so I don't know why you want to play broken games.
There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad.
Sure. Also, Xbox One preloading is now a thing, so you can finally preload games, pre-order games. That's cool.
Next up, they announced the new media app, which will apparently let you play MKV files, and that's good.
Sure, why not? Off the USB drive, the DLNA, all that good
All
stuff.
good stuff.
There was a couple of bundles. They had the Sunset Overdrive bundle. It's the white Xbox for $400. The COD Advance War for $500. Interesting though is a terabyte hard drive, but no Connect for $500. I cut that. That's a little much.
Sure,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
a little
Whatever.
much.
Next up, let's go over to Sony's press conference. Like
Ooh.
they just wrapped up today. They opened up pretty big with a conference bragging about how many PS4s they sold through.
Sold through, not sold.
Exactly, which was the 10 million.
Wow, that's a lot
number.
of PS4s. Jeez.
Yeah, which is not too shabby.
Lawrence, did it get any better after this?
Yeah, indie games. Here we go. They had the Tomorrow Children, which looks like a game where you stack action figures on glowing platforms.
Yeah.
Volume, which looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
Sure.
Then Rocket talked about DayZ and didn't show anything.
Cool. Right.
Then Theory has a new game called Hellblade.
Hell yeah.
It sounds so extreme, it should have come out in 1996.
Yep, that's cool.
There's Bloodborne,
Yep.
which is Dark Souls with guns.
Kill me.
There was also some Far Cry 4 DLC, which looked pretty sweet. You can go on a spirit quest that involves stabbing people in the neck.
That looked pretty fun.
Yeah, sure.
They elaborated a bit more on the inviting people to play with you for free.
I really like this feature.
It's a great feature, but the details have come out that you are limited to 2 hours.
What?
You can't actually play the entire game co-op like we thought at E3. You can only play 2 hours at a time.
Well, okay.
Or total,
All
or
right.
something.
That makes sense, I
Either
guess.
way, there's a limit, and that kind of sucks.
And then Kojima came out and showed off tactical box action.
It looks awesome.
It does look pretty
You
awesome.
can put a woman on the side of your box in Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, and soldiers will just gawk at it.
Lawrence, why did you put Tearaway Unfolded in here?
Because they showed it. It's a game they showed.
I don't
we
care.
are journalists.
But I don't care. What about Alien Nation? What's that?
It's a show that happened in the late 80s where
I still
aliens
don't
came to
care.
Earth and
What
drank
about
spoiled
Michelle Ansel?
milk. He made Rayman.
Oh,
and-
made Rayman. Nope, don't care. Let's move on.
This is actually where they close out the show with an all-new game called The Wild, and we have no idea what it is, but it has very cute wolf cubs and a
still
giant
don't
tree
care.
woman and a skeleton.
skeleton,
It's a skeleton that will talk to you.
Neat. And they also had the 2.0 system update where they showed YouTube.
YouTube.
That's how you're watching the show right now.
That's us, baby. Woo!
Lawrence, there was one really cool thing, SharePlay. Tell them about SharePlay.
Yeah, they described this before, but basically, if somebody's playing a game, you can like join their game stream, and then they can hand control off to you, even if you don't own the game. So Sony's pitching it as couch co-op, but different couches. which is kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
Cool way to hang out with people.
Actually, a cool way I see this is when people do charity streams. It's actually a cool way to kind of keep it going, and you don't actually all have to meet at one place.
Oh, yeah.
You just pass it off and keep the stream going. It's actually
cool.
a really cool idea.
So that was one good thing. They didn't end the show with that though. They ended with the wild. So whatever. I mean, like.
The wild. There's a tall tree woman.
So
See that?
who won?
That's an excellent question, Phil. Who won? This is a tough one because
Yeah.
I don't really know if either of us won. Look, I'll go on a limb and say Microsoft won. Xbox
Really?
won, yeah, because they showed off better games. I mean, like,
Yeah.
we were bored through the entire Sony press conference.
Unfortunately, yes, Sony, I don't think showed anything new. Microsoft, by holding things off, like Quantum Break
Yeah,
and a few
yeah,
other
yeah.
games, and waiting to reveal all this Halo stuff. I think I'm going to go with Xbox winning this one as well, mostly because I'm just a big Halo fan.
Right,
I think
of
what
course,
Sony showed off was cool, but it was more of an elaboration of, here's E3, we love you, Europe,
Yeah.
but here's some scraps.
Yep.
Which was kind of unfortunate. They didn't show Uncharted, they didn't show new God of War.
Right.
That was a little sad.
They also didn't show No Man's Sky, I just thought about. Why didn't they show that?
They actually didn't show any of the games that we're most excited for,
Yeah.
so that was kind of a bum. But the Wild looks interesting and Bloodborne's a thing.
Lawrence, who won?
I think it really depends on what you want in games, which is kind of a weenie answer. If you like AAA games, if you want big explosions and expensive exclusives, that's Microsoft. If you don't have a PC and you're into the indie space, that's PS4. But everyone here, we're all PC, so we've already played all those games and we know how broken they
We're
are.
not asking for nuance. Just say something.
That's what you wanted, Joel. This is your fault. You put me here.
Look, the PS4 is getting snow, so no one wins.
He's the best. Look at him.
I don't think that's how skiing works, you guys.
So those are our thoughts of who won the conference. What do you think? And let's end this by celebrating Bruce's happy birthday. Yes! The show's not over. It's not over yet. The show's not over yet.
Fuck you, Bruce.
Look, hold on a second. We have trailers. First
Yes.
one, Mortal Kombat X, the Kano gameplay trailer.
Nice. Sales pick.
You're not supposed to make the noise. We give you the noise.
We got free. 2 noise.
What version of Kano are you gonna play as?
Classic. No, that's not an option.
It's coming as a skin.
No, I'm.
Cybernetic?
You know
Commando?
nothing.
No, I know more than you, obviously, because I watched the trailer.
Move on. Please tell us to the next one,
Can you
please.
just play as one of the characters from Killer Instinct instead?
Oh, that wish.
Like Forge?
I'm moving on. Assassin's Creed Unity, the Paris Horizon trailer.
Nice. They played the piano in this one.
Oh,
While
man.
the guy runs around and does shit.
How do they do it?
Made Lawrence really mad. Why, Lawrence?
Sorry, what? It was garbled. I didn't hear what you said.
We're talking about Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. What about it?
I was just born. Who cares?
I wanted to end.
Ow!
I wanted to end on a high note, and Bruce, living on this planet as it circles the sun for
Yeah.
another year, is a good thing. Don't. You choose to shoot Joel?
Well,
Can we sing the song legally now?
no.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the show Thursday. Hi.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Let's come on.
And today's show, we're talking about GTA 5, and should you go buy it again?
That's a good question. Whether you want to or not, you will be buying Grand Theft Auto 5 again
Jeez.
this fall. We're telling you right now.
Yeah, Rockstar is holding you by the ankles and just,
Shaking that money.
yeah, just you're on top of the pinball machine, and here comes the cash. But we're asking the question, why?
Yeah.
Well, because according to Take-Two chairman and CEO Strauss Zelnick,
I love that name.
he's the most evil Bond villain ever.
So good.
The game is so perfect, you just can't stay away.
Right. Speaking to MCV UK, he said it's a massive market and an amazing title. GTA is the standard bearer in the industry. How can you buy a next-gen console and not want to play GTA on it?
If you're strapped for cash because you spent all your money on that next-gen console.
That's how.
Phil?
That's how strong.
I'm gonna get GTA actually on Xbox One. I'm pretty pumped.
There you go.
Well, that means the game's officially gonna suck. Phil's gonna buy it. Strauss went on to say that 34 million copies have been sold, but there's still 7 billion people on the planet Earth, so we have another 6.9 billion people left to address.
Lawrence, what does that mean?
It means that every man, woman, child, and beloved pet on this earth will have a copy of GTA 5 by year's end.
As soon as the baby comes out of the mother, they're greeted with a copy of GTA on
5.
PS4.
But they have to pay for it, though, so
Yeah.
they're at $60 in debt right away.
Oh, man.
This sort of bravado is uncharacteristic from Zelnick and Take-Two, but we think it's kind of sort of true.
True, because they make the best games in the world,
Yes.
pretty much, and they know it, which Zelnick attributed to their passion for making good products.
He explained by saying, what keeps us up at night and gets us here early in the morning and makes us excited is that we pride ourselves on making the best interactive entertainment in the business. Metacritic says that we do and have done for years, and our revenue and profits reflect that as well.
Humble brag.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, wow.
We normally roll our eyes when we hear this sort of hyperbole from developers and publishers, but Oh man, fuck it. It's GTA 5.
Really, it's a good game. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this.
I don't know what else sold 34 million copies after being in development for 5 years, but
Rockstar has a decent track record when it comes to PC ports, and they seem to be getting better.
correct. It actually started out with GTA 4, which wasn't half bad. It was mostly the Windows for Live bullshit, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, boy, that was bad.
Yeah.
It basically precluded any kind of mods. It made the game run terribly.
Yeah.
It made you sign into like 5 different things before you could even play. But you got achievements.
Yeah.
Lawrence is really excited about Max Payne 3 on PC too, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, that was a great PC game. One of the things I love about Rockstar games is they will show you how much video memory the game's currently taking, so you can kind of budget how good textures you can actually run. They give you all sorts of options. They basically expose every technical aspect of the engine. It's almost as good as the Serious Sam games, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my favorite PC port of all time, Red Dead Redemption. Anyway, blah, 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 most perfect game in the world. Thanks for your $60.
Either way, we definitely are sold. Our only issues with GTA 5 were the low-risk textures and online problems. Fix those, money gets thrown at the screen a bunch. That's what's going to happen when this comes out. I mean, like, I don't know how you can, again, Strauss Zelnick is correct. I don't know how you can possibly have a PC, an Xbox One or PS4 and not have GTA 5 on it.
Yeah, and I guess the question for you guys, are you going to buy GTA 5 again?
Yeah.
Or are you
Yes.
happy with...
Yeah, I already said yes.
I think everybody he's, James?
Yeah.
Joel, are you going to buy GTA 5 at all?
On what?
You're not even listening.
And for your second news story for today, we're doing a Gamescom news roundup. Since so many of you bitched so hard at the comments yesterday,
Are you ready for this Gamescom news to blow you away? There's a new Silent Hill.
Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro have teamed up to make a new Silent Hill game, which is called Silent Hills, and you can play it now in the form of PT, which means playable teaser.
Yep, it's free on the PlayStation Store. Adam Kovic of IG says,
It's really fucking scary. Also, PT stands for playable teaser. Metal Gear Solid 5 will also be coming to PC.
hold on, wait. All right, guys, ready for the next news story? Metal Gear Solid 5, both Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain are coming to Steam. Ground Zeroes comes first, no release date announced.
Are you happy? Are you happy now?
Ready for the third news story?
Rise of the Tomb Raider is only on Xbox One and Xbox 360, but for a limited time. Phil Spencer said, yes, the deal has a duration. I didn't buy it. I don't own the franchise. Didn't we cover that earlier this week?
That's the end of the news story. Yeah, and we already talked about it too.
Gamescom.
You ready for the fourth news story? Man, I'm really tired of this. Lawrence, take it, go!
EA reveals Shadow Realms. Shadow Realms.
Uh-huh.
They sent out a press release. It's a 4v1 action RPG that BioWare says has its genesis in Dungeons & Dragons.
Uh-huh.
It'll be released episodically. You can sign up for the closed alpha.
So there you go, that's the Gamescom news round.
Thank God we covered that.
I was excited. Shadow Realms.
Moving to trailers, got the Assassin's Creed Unity Gamescom 2014 gameplay. I'm still downloading it.
Oh my God! How many Assassin's Creed trailers do there have to be?
Well, there's 2 games this year, so they got to release about 10
There's
trailers.
been one every
I know.
day.
Also, Fassbender's making a movie, so get ready for even more Assassin's
Kill
Creed.
myself.
It'd be great.
I want someone to assassinate me before I have to see another Assassin's Creed trailer.
Consider it done.
Shadow Realms.
Looks like Shadowrun. It's called Shadow Realms. Looks
You know
like
what they
Shadowrun.
didn't announce? A new Army of Two game, and that kind of disappointed me.
I'll give you a guess why they didn't.
Another one's coming. I need
Let's talk about all the things we wanted them to announce, but they didn't.
Army of 2.
God of War. What else?
Wipeout.
They're gonna cut this part.
keep it in, Matt.
Everyone, welcome to the show for Friday.
Yes!
That's it?
It's Friday!
Yes! Oh, there it is. And your first news for today: girls play as many games as guys do.
What?
Yes!
We did it.
You know what? I think we kind of already knew that.
Oh.
So if you're forever alone gaming, you have nobody but to blame but yourself. Why? The Entertainment Software Association released a study this year finding that there are more women over 18 years old playing games than men under 18.
Oh, cool.
really
Well,
interesting.
this contradicts a long-standing and increasingly incorrect assumption that only young men play video games.
Very true.
By the numbers, women now account for 48% of all gamers, which is a huge leap from 40% in 2010.
Right, granted the ESA study includes social and mobile games. Now, Lawrence, why is everybody upset about that?
Because people, for some reason, tend to say that mobile and social games don't count.
What?
They do.
They're games.
They're games.
Yeah, what?
And you know what? Some of them are pretty fun. I played threes. It's pretty fucking fun.
What's the new copter game? What's that shitty copter game we just played?
Yeah.
The Flappy Bird sequel.
Was it Tiny Copter or something?
Whatever.
Spinning copter.
Yeah.
Spinning Copter?
Yeah, Spinning Copter sucks.
So if you're itching to discredit an entire group, odds are you probably played Flappy Bird, Angry Bird, Birdie Bird, one of those games at some point, and those count as video games.
Brucey Bird.
Brucey Bird.
Brucey
baby.
Bird's a great game. I think what we're trying to say here is just games are games.
Yes, definitely.
However you want to categorize them. So Nielsen also just conducted a survey saying that women are most likely to play games on PCs, mobile devices, and the Wii,
Yeah.
which means they aren't only playing the Kardashian monstrosity.
Right.
That is a money-making cash cow.
Also, we as dudes are asking women to play with us more often.
We have plenty of fans who are constantly playing with us. Katie Bacon.
Godwin. Ubisoft's EMEA Executive Director Alan Corey noted that couples are now playing core games together.
They said, I quote, "We've done some studies on this, and interestingly, we noticed that many couples seem to be playing games like Assassin's Creed together.
Wow.
So, while a game like Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed is predominantly purchased by males, it isn't necessarily played just by guys."
Right. Honestly, there is no reason that these statistics about women should surprise, worry, anger, incite.
No.
There's no reason for that at all. Lawrence, why is that?
It just means that gaming is becoming more mainstream and diversified. It's something we can all bond over. I mean, imagine if you said it was a bad thing that women were watching movies or listening to music. It sounds absurd.
Yeah, it does.
Because it is absurd. There's no reason that women shouldn't play games. It just means better entertainment for all.
Yeah.
Right, and I think there's just a long-standing stigma with guys, especially our age, early 30s, mid-30s, who grew up playing games, and not a lot of girls I knew play games. Like, my wife didn't play,
Right.
and she recently asked me, hey, you know what? I would like to play something.
Yeah.
I gave her Portal. That probably wasn't the nicest thing to do, but she picked it up pretty quick,
Portal's an amazing game.
and she loves it.
Yeah, of course she does.
Yeah.
It's just like a movie. It can entertain everyone.
Right.
Not just men, not just women, everybody.
So, lesson for all those guys out there, maybe something else than Portal.
Give Portal to your girlfriend.
Give Portal to your woman.
She's giving her portal to me.
That's disgusting. That's my wife you're talking about, you son of a bitch.
And you know what? It's okay to like games made with girls in mind. There are lots of games like that. There's The Sims, for example, that is made with girls in mind, but it's 50-50. Men and women play The Sims.
Interesting.
Embrace your feminine side.
Please do.
Put on a pretty bow and play Cooking Mama.
Yeah, I don't know who that Kim Kardashian game was made for, but it was
My
actually a lot.
girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was made for your girl.
Regardless, whoever is made for, I mean, this is the thing. Just make games for people.
Yes.
Make games that are fun to play. I say this time and time again. Games should be made to be entertaining. That's what it is. It's a form of entertainment, and it needs to be fun. Because if it's not fun, I'm not gonna play it.
Lawrence, what games do you play with your girlfriend?
We played Final Fantasy together. And I know she is fucking chomping in the bed for Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm going to be on that train as soon as it comes out.
The correct term is champing at the bit.
Is it?
Champs.
Shut up, you nerds, about Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts.
Lawrence, can I come over and play?
Final Fantasy 3, or 13-3. It's
Nerds!
mechanic with changing costumes.
So there you go. The gender walls are slowly falling down,
Yeah, they are.
and we could not be happier. But how do you guys feel? Probably angry. So it's probably best you just don't leave a comment. We're speaking for the mass majority of the YouTube audience, not you, hardcore loving inside gaming.
I don't want to
We
see
love
any
you.
comments down there that say mobile games aren't games. That's going to make me really upset. Don't you dare put those
But
in there.
feel free to make fun of Final Fantasy 13.
That's fine. You can do that. But don't. Mobile games are games.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Kingdom
What
Hearts.
about a
though.
mobile Final Fantasy 13?
Nerds!
That exists.
Onto your trailers, we got the Phil is talking about The Killing.
The Killing Season 4.
That's a television show, not a video
You
game.
realize the launch trailer for Destiny went up, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Ugh.
They've had a shitload of trailers. What have we not seen?
You put every Assassin's Creed trailer ever in the
Lego
show.
Batman.
And Lego Batman, there's been 14.
Mortal Kombat.
The hell is The Killing? I don't know. What is
The
it?
show on, well, now it's on Netflix.
Really, it's a bad show.
Well, Season 4, they wrapped it up in 6 episodes.
What does it have to do with gaming?
What doesn't it have to do with gaming?
It's
Is
not
the
an
real
answer.
question.
It's not an answer.
There's kids in it.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show for Monday. Hi,
Hey, all right, buddy, here we go. Let's do this.
Breaking news: Sony and Microsoft are under attack.
Oh shit! Multiple game services, including Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, experienced service interruptions all this weekend when some asshole or assholes decided to DDoS everything.
It's also worth mentioning that Blizzard was apparently affected, but I had no problems playing Diablo this weekend, so that's not news.
There's lots of services. So they call themselves Lizard Squad. That's who's claiming responsibility for the DDoS attack. First, here's a quick primer on what a DDoS is. Lawrence, hit it.
It stands for Distributed Denial of Service. It basically involves a network of computers all slamming a single service with so many communication requests at the same time that it basically gets overloaded.
Right.
There's so many like
hey, talk to me requests that when somebody actually wants, like a legitimate user wants to communicate, they can't.
So Lawrence, it's not really hacking. It usually just involves paying a service and then giving them an IP to spam, and they hit it with a bunch of service requests.
Yeah, that's right. Typically, there would be botnets in China, just like massive computers that they would even be somebody's personal computer that they didn't know was being used for this purpose, but you would pay a service, and then they would send commands out to all the PCs that they had control over to start hammering like HTTP requests and stuff like that to a particular IP.
And so, like you said, it's not actually hacking, it's more of just an inconvenience.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Fun. So the DDoS spree started this weekend with Blizzard's Battle.net and Riot's League of Legends being taken down. The Script Kiddie Collective even specifically targeted Twitch streamer CaseyTron, saying that they would stop the whole assault if she wrote Lizard Squad on her forehead. Hold on. I'm gonna say that word one more time. Lizard Squad.
Lizard
Cool.
Squad! I'm the prime lizard of the Lizard Squad!
It's a Saturday morning television show from 1992.
Lizard Alpha!
They actually went on to target CaseyTron's ISP just to prove what badasses they really are.
Ooh, take that, world. So a day later, they took credit for the PSN outage that happened over the weekend. Similarly, they demanded that Andrew House write Lizard Squad on his forehead as well, or the DDoSs would continue.
And for some reason, Iguana Dudes blamed Sony's greed for the hack, even though the service would be working perfectly without their intrusion. I think what they were trying to say is that Sony should have more servers because they have so much money, and a normal DDoS wouldn't bring them down if they had all those servers. That's not true. It's just not true. I mean, like, DDoS will bring down, any amount of servers. It doesn't matter. If you're paying it, it'll go down.
It's like when you upload that Nicki Minaj video to YouTube. It's just gonna go down.
It's just gonna go down, or
Or there's a
my
Steam
penis is gonna go up.
What? Until now, it's just been typical teenage asshole shenanigans, but then they thought it'd be a good idea to violate federal law by tweeting a bomb threat on a flight containing Sony Online Entertainment president John Smedley.
Wow, Lawrence, that is severe, right?
Yeah, that amounts to a terroristic threat.
Jeez.
And, in a post 9/11 world, it is not wise to do that just for fun.
But they're the Lizard Squad! They can do as they please!
Lizards for hire! So the funny thing is, with all this, Cadillacs and Lizards supposedly didn't even initiate the DDoS.
What?
There's another person named Fame God who is taking credit for the attacks.
Wow.
So rather, they took credit, Lizard Squad, and to make up for it, they called in a fake bomb threat.
What?
Let us all take a moment and think about how smart that sounds. Lizard Squad.
DDoS attacks have hit gaming services before, and invariably the perpetrators are caught. Back in 2011, Lulzsec attacked the PSN. Shortly thereafter, 2 members involved in the attack faced serious jail time, and they went to jail, right, Lawrence?
We know that they were persecuted, and their charges involve about 15 years of jail time.
Wow.
I did not see specifically that they actually were sentenced and went to jail.
Right.
What tends to happen in these situations is there's usually a bargain. They reveal information about other asshole friends they have in exchange for a shorter sentence or home arrest, something like that.
And it's worth mentioning that Lulzsec was just doing the DDoS thing. They didn't actually call in a terroristic bomb threat.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Lizard Squad!
Typically, DDoS attackers use flimsy proxies to give up their identity when compelled to with a search warrant. That means they just use another computer to spoof, and then somebody will come to them with a search warrant, and they go, no, it was me, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, and while this is all just one giant inconvenience, make no mistake, these attacks actually do cost actual companies tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
But hey, they keep someone employed.
And not to mention they ruin the weekend for innocent gamers out there like you.
My Crusader was having a great old time using his sweep attack.
But you played, right? You didn't have to worry about it?
I had a fine time.
That's good.
I think that may have something to do with them taking the auction house offline.
These kinds of attacks will definitely continue to happen, and honestly, there isn't much these huge companies can do about it. It really doesn't matter how
But
many...
according to Lizard Force, if I have more money, I
No.
can get more servers, and more servers means I can not get
That's
attacked.
not true. It really doesn't matter how many servers they have. A bunch of people get together and decide to spam you. That's all it takes. It just remains to be seen how many people need to be mobilized to bring something down. That's all it takes.
Well, they're not really mobilized. They're sitting in their chairs.
That's true.
Mobilize the Lizard Squad!
Joel, write the theme song for Lizard Squad.
Lizard Squad! DDoS on the network tonight. We're Lizard Squad. We're gonna fuck up your games tonight. Woo!
That wasn't really a theme.
I'd wake up early on Saturday to watch that show after Sonic the Hedgehog.
Lawrence, do you have anything more to say about this? Are you part of Lizard Squad?
Sonic likes chili dogs.
And that's where we end the show.
All right, we're done.
I hope you learned something here today, kids. I want to take a moment to talk about drugs and why you should do them. Hey everyone, welcome to the show for Tuesday. Hi.
All right, it's Tuesday. Here we go. Let's go. Come on.
First to start today, Amazon bought Twitch.
What? I thought Google was buying Twitch.
We all thought so as well. So despite reports from a month ago claiming that Google had acquired Twitch, online retailer Amazon announced yesterday that they have acquired the streaming service for $970 million.
What the fuck? Well, according to a Forbes report, Google and Twitch agreed on an acquisition amount, but the deal fell through due to antitrust concerns.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Forbes cites an anonymous source that claims that the two companies could not agree on a possible breakup fee if the companies weren't allowed to merge.
Lawrence, what is antitrust? Lawrence lost his voice, so he has to type everything out.
That is a very complicated question.
All right, hold on. I'll help him.
Why is he stuttering?
So basically, American law protects competition by preventing a single company to dominate an entire market.
Google already owns YouTube, the world's largest video on-demand service.
Yep.
So if they bought Twitch, they would also own the world's largest video streaming service.
Right, so it's not that the acquisition would trigger an antitrust proceeding, but that it actually might. And then they would have to agree on a breakup fee before merging.
So that obviously is not good for
of course
either party.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that the two companies could not agree. Google has nearly bottomless pockets, while Twitch would be in a very bad way if they had to pay a massive breakup fee and then continue to operate independently.
Lawrence, did we get that right?
Yeah, you guys nailed it.
Thanks, Robot Lawrence.
All right, so now Amazon will own Twitch. What does that mean?
Well, Amazon actually has a huge content delivery network already.
Yeah.
They provide very robust web hosting services that power a number of high-profile websites.
That's very true. That infrastructure could help Twitch stream more stably and to more areas of the world, which is cool.
Amazon has also invested in gaming in a few different ways over the past few years, though this is the most aggressive they've ever been.
Yeah, it really is.
Like in the past where they've offered Amazon exclusive pre-orders, then same day shipping on new titles.
Right.
And there's also the Fire TV, which was kind of a gaming
Yeah,
machine.
they kept peddling it as sort of a gaming machine.
So they've just been kind of just tapping.
Yeah.
Just tapping.
But they haven't gotten into it.
But now they're in.
Yep. Now
They're
fully in.
They're in our gaming hemisphere.
Fully in. As far as real concrete changes to Twitch, we've expected referral links on Twitch for years, and that's more of a reality than ever now.
Especially now when it's on the user to actually tag the game.
Right.
It's in there.
Exactly. It's
You're
easy.
doing the work for them. They don't actually have to do a content ID thing.
Right.
And they can just put a nice little button there that says, hey, you're playing this. Why not buy and support this person?
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching a stream for a game, there should just be a little link that says, please buy Risen 3, and then you click Risen 3.
And no one would do that.
That's true.
And we've been saying Google should have been doing this for years now. Who's to say that
I'm
they
really
won't do
surprised they
this?
hadn't, to be honest.
Well, it always stood to reason that they don't actually have their own store to profit from, whereas Amazon already has
It's all there.
Yeah, they have the inventory, whereas what's Google? There's just going to be, Google sales links or whatever.
Lawrence, what's the coolest part about this whole thing?
Black small square. Amazon even sells digital game codes, so it's conceivable that you could digitally buy a game either from Twitch.tv or from a console app and unlock the game right away.
We already said all that, Lawrence. What happened? Did something fall behind you? Are you okay?
Lord slamming in the desk
And it said small black square.
Yeah, black small square.
Black small square. And then Lawrence laughed.
What was the part about the black small square?
He's my buddy now.
Okay, all right, well.
It's a buddy comedy of Lawrence and small black square.
All right, the coolest part about this is that the streamer could get a referral kickback if he has a link to that game through Amazon's system. That would be really cool. 'Cause then whoever buys the game through your stream, you get a little, you get 10 cents.
Right. If you've ever watched the show in the past year or so, we've always talked about different ways that content providers could find a way to share the money,
Yes.
whether that's through Xbox One, PS4, or even now Amazon or Twitch. There's just more ways for people who are promoting these games to actually get a little bit of a cut of the service they're providing.
Exactly. But what about all those evil things Google planned on doing that we all assumed would happen if there was an actual buyout from YouTube?
Well, in terms of copyright issues, like getting your Twitch stream muted because of copyright audio, that's still coming.
That's definitely coming. There's no way Amazon will want to get into legal battles more than YouTube would have wanted to. Just absolutely. I mean, that's just going to be part of the landscape.
Sure. So prepare to not be able to illegally stream movies, TV, or music on Twitch. Just like you were able to before when they were a smaller independent company without $1 billion in the bank.
Yeah.
This is all just an inevitable reality when your company grows to play the big boys.
Yeah, that's just what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Remember how happy Bethesda got when Oculus got their $2 billion?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can bet your bottom bitch dollar that music and media companies will be coming after Twitch 10 times as hard now that they've got that sweet Amazon Prime money.
Right. So with everything said, is this good for us, the gaming community? We here at Inside Gaming think. Lawrence, what do we think?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right, good. I was worried.
I was going to say black small square.
I was hoping for that. What does Black Small Square think?
He's an asshole. Don't talk to him.
Let him speak for himself.
All right. Amazon seems to understand how to make content simple and fast to consume.
They also seem willing to throw money at the gaming space more so than YouTube. YouTube still seems a little scared of it. They don't really understand it.
They really are
and
scared
they're
of it,
just
aren't
letting PewDiePie make his billions of dollars.
We are also hoping their enthusiasm for products will carry over into streaming, and that they'll see if they make gamers happy. Those gamers will then want to buy games, products, and dildos off Amazon at an alarming rate. I think they'll definitely be doing that.
What was the last part?
They're going to buy games and products.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lawrence, what do you think?
I like video games.
All right, good. I was worried about that.
What does a small black square think of video games?
And I hate squares.
That's stupid.
All right, our question for you is, what do you think about Amazon buying Twitch? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? I think a lot of people have been really angry about it.
Joel?
One thing we haven't talked about is the fact that maybe like really good, high-quality Twitch streams are going to be on Amazon streaming service now as well. So it'll reach a wider audience than ever before that wouldn't necessarily be interested in gaming. They might check it out.
I pretty much said that when you said that Amazon has a better streaming platform. They have better servers and that we said that it would get better.
Yeah, but you didn't address the audience. You only addressed the tech behind what they're doing.
Did you guys discuss how Amazon bought Twitch?
On to your trailers, we got the Evil Within voice talent
I'm
trailer.
never saying anything in this show again.
No, it's all right. I liked
it. You know what? No,
I liked your input.
No, you know what? It's not necessary.
Let's talk about the trailer, Joel. It's okay. Go ahead.
No, fuck the trailer. Fuck the show. Fuck you.
But
I'm out.
it's Evil Within.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go hang out with Black Small Square.
Small black square. Lawrence, what happens in the Evil Within?
Hello, Joel.
He had that ready. That's bullshit.
Well, what kind of voice talent is in this, Phil?
Square is happy to have you.
Metro Redux launch trailer.
Didn't this already come out?
Yeah, this is the one for PS4, Xbox One, PC.
Lawrence loves Metro Redux. What's cool about Metro Redux?
It's dark and Russian and stuff.
This might actually be a spin-off character.
We can finally get rid of Lawrence.
Just need a computer.
Well, no,
now?
I like the idea that it's almost like a Power Rangers thing, where like the Green Ranger came in, but then he was evil, but then he became good.
At some point, you'll need to have Lawrence sitting there typing his responses that come out of a machine over there.
I'm saying the robot is our Green Ranger. He'll come back as the White Ranger, and he'll be good. I'm trying to make this make sense for James.
Doesn't make any fucking
It
sense
doesn't
at
make
all.
any sense. I picked a horrible analogy.
The robot is our Zordon.
Very loose understanding.
Yeah, he didn't
of
even
how
get it. Yeah, come on.
Zordon was the floating.
Go Power Rangers.
Stop trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show Wednesday. Hi.
And then, and then, and then,
Yes!
First and start today, we're asking the question: is this Xbox concept art real?
enhance.
Enhance further.
Enhance again.
No, absolutely not. It says right there that this is no official value and is not endorsed in any way by Microsoft.
This is just concept art of an Xbox One Slim. It's making the rounds on the internet today, causing everyone to get excited over a brand new plastic box to spend money on.
It will hold you at night and kiss you on the cheeks.
No,
That's why people love it.
No, it just plays games.
Anyway, well, the design does look plausible at least.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's better than most of the crap we get in here.
Yeah.
You got the rounded corners, a disc tray, and an Xbox button basically recreate the facade of the Xbox One in a smaller form factor. Pretty much what we're kind of expecting to see.
Lawrence, is this redesign real?
No, you guys already said that. This design isn't real, but Microsoft is working on a redesign. This happens all the time. We reported about a month ago that Microsoft had a job listing for a next-generation entertainment hardware job. So yeah, they are working on something. This is how console cycles always work. As electronics fabrication matures, redesigns allow console makers to produce the same hardware at a lesser cost.
Right.
And yes, while this redesign is not real, when can we actually expect an actual Xbox Slim to come out?
So if the Xbox 360's life cycle is anything to go by, it'll be a while.
How long of a while?
Well, the original 360 launched in late 2005, and the 360 Slim, the first one, didn't hit until mid-2010.
Dear
Yeah, so it's almost 5 years.
Yeah. So with the Xbox One launching in 2013, the Xbox One Slim might hit in 2018?
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
But with that said, there's really no reason to expect a redesign that will come any sooner, right?
Well, new SKUs typically boost sales. Microsoft might whip out a redesigned Xbox just to get kind of a little sales squirt, as it's currently losing in sales to the PS4 by about 2 to 1. So they're going to try and boost those sales as soon as they possibly can.
And additionally, teardowns of the Xbox One reveal that there's tons of empty space in that thing.
Definitely.
There's a massive fan, huge heat sinks, and tons of open space to allow the heat to vent out of the console in multiple ways.
Yep.
So half the console is just basically a giant vent.
And then there's a huge power brick outside of it too.
Well, I mean, keep in mind when the 360 first came out, it overheated like a motherfucker.
Yep.
This is the best way of battling that is just making it a giant
Making it
air conditioner.
huge. Yeah, there's all sorts of space.
Yeah, the newest feature from Mad Catz, a giant air conditioner right on the side.
Lawrence, but that leaves tons of room, right?
Yeah, of course. If they were paranoid about overheating and having to pay for a bunch of RMAs, that gives them a lot of space to work with, to basically shave out of redesigns. So once the chips gets cheaper and cooler, they can take away all that space because they won't need it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. If anything else, this proves that gamers are hungry for a console that does not look like a VCR from 1982. We like tech that's small, cheap, and fast. The Xbox One isn't really into any of those things at all right now.
It's like a big fat lady.
So the question is, what do we think the Xbox One Slim will look like?
Well, right now, the Xbox One just got its price cut of $100 by getting rid of the Kinect. I think they're going to just keep shaving things off of it. Yeah. They could do things like get rid of the optical drive, knock another $50 off things, sell a smaller version, and they can start to do that Trojan horse that we keep talking about, that they're going to do that digital-only version of the box that they've been wanting to do when they first announced the thing, and I think this is their way in. It's just giving you a cheap console.
Yeah, and you could just do the QR code for a game rather than a disc, and you would never have to worry about that optical drive at all.
Yeah, and with that out, they can always give you the option to say, well, if you do want the disc, that still exists, it's over here, but this one's cheaper.
And don't forget, this is how Steam works, so you guys are probably used to this at this point.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as they give you a choice, I think that's how you keep the angry people at bay.
Right.
As long as you always say, well, there's column A and there's column B.
Yeah. We've also said this before, and we'll say it one more time. Please get rid of the power brick. Just put it in the system already.
I don't know how.
I've
seen PCs have the power supply inside of them.
I don't know.
I have seen the PS4 is just a cord.
It's got. I don't know. I'm not sure. We were talking about this earlier. I think the design of the Xbox One is just brute force. They're just like, put it all in there, and then hopefully it won't overheat. And there's a power brick too. Who fucking cares? So I think, and it keeps costs down. But they're gonna have to put that power brick in there at some point.
Right. The original ad for Japan was just a giant, like Hummer-like console just coming through their shoji screen.
Yeah, no.
America!
Oh shit!
And the connections. Fucking buy me! But with all those serious designs, let's talk about the things that we think really matter. That should be in the all-new redesigned Xbox One. First of all, Microsoft will tell you that there isn't a Kinect inside of it, but guess what? There is.
Well,
and it's always watching you, listening. Especially when you masturbate.
Lawrence also said that it'll shoot a laser pointer at your retinas constantly to identify where you are in the room and whether or not you're looking at the Xbox. So Lawrence, what does it do when you look at the Xbox?
It says, hello, Xbox user.
What about when you don't look at it?
It says in the most pathetic voice possible, where did you go?
God. But just keep saying it over and over, right?
There's about a 2-second pause between each play, but it does not stop and you can't turn it off.
The new redesign will actually have robotic legs that come out, so it'll just walk to the store for you.
All right.
So if your internet connection's too slow, it'll go to the store.
It'll buy a disc.
It'll buy the disc.
Can you imagine all these robotic Xbox Ones walking to GameStop? I am here for Adam Kovic.
It's like Soundwave, and it just sticks in its chest.
They start grouping into the box.
My Xbox spent like $400 at GameStop. What was it doing?
I love games.
All right, moving on to the Xbox One Slim and when it will actually come out. I actually think it will get announced at next year's E3. I think that's when they're going to show off the Slim and say, it's for sale and everybody gets one for free in the press conference, and they hand them out.
I know, I mean, history is always your best friend when you're talking about the game industry because it usually repeats itself. But ever since Apple's just been doing yearly iterations and making a shitload of money, I think Sony and Microsoft have been looking at that closely, and we could see a redesign sooner than later, most likely.
Lawrence, what about you?
I don't know. I think Microsoft typically waits for a compelling reason to do a redesign. And I think for the tech to make it compelling, it's going to be a while. I think E3 2017 is probably when we'll hear about it.
Fuck you!
I hope Bruce is right, but I think Lawrence is.
Oh, man.
You just play League of Legends. What do you care?
But on console.
It doesn't work that way.
All right, on to your trailers. We got the Escape Dead Island Unraveled. This is the MOBA, right?
No, this is the one for Xbox and PS3.
There's another one?
Wait, hold on.
Like a couple.
So is this the one that's cell-shaded?
Yeah.
Like, looks like a cartoon?
This is what the dude's trying to escape the island. He's trying to tell the story.
People really love Dead Island.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Have you read the novels?
Only the novelizations of the novels.
Yeah, those ones are pretty good. Not as good as the original ones. The paperback, though.
Yeah.
Gotta get that one. Perfect. Yeah. And your final trailer for today, we got the Gauntlet gameplay walkthrough.
Oh! Stupid! Stupid! Phil Phil says he loves Gauntlet. He has 6 level 99 legends in Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Yep.
At California Extreme back in July, Phil played the arcade version of Dark Legacy for hours.
Several hours.
He even read the Gauntlet.
Hey, Ty, get in here.
Canceled.
Yeah.
We love you, Ty.
Well, that was the man that used to operate our camera.
He's the new director of
See you later, Ty.
You're not supposed to walk in front of the camera.
You may have heard a grumbling old man behind the camera a few times here throughout the years filming this show. That is Ty. This is his last week here. He's going on to bigger and better things and directing a new Ant-Man film. Very proud of him.
He's not actually directing Ant-Man.
He's directing the behind the scenes of
I think he's
Ant-Man.
making his own behind the scenes.
Really?
Ty, what are you doing? Camera's about to cut.
Everyone, welcome to the show for Thursday. Hi.
Good Joel Clap, come on. Joel Clap. Son of a bitch.
Your first news for today. We're actually in Seattle for PAX.
Yes.
And we're talking about Nintendo and how they're just hating on the filthy casuals.
That's right, they hate casual gamers now. It's kind of strange. So if you bang that 8-bit pride drum, break out the bongos. That's a Lawrence line, right, Lawrence?
What? Yeah, good shit, huh?
Well, in an interview with Edge Magazine, Nintendo game designer and producer Shigeru Miyamoto expressed a disdain for gamers that like passive and casual gaming experiences, Joel.
Like Joel. Miyamoto's comments on the matter are uncharacteristically direct, describing so-called casual gamers. He said that, quote, their attitude is, okay, I'm the customer, you're supposed to entertain me. It's kind of a passive attitude they're taking, and to me, it's kind of a pathetic thing. They do not know how interesting it is if you move one step further and try to challenge yourself with more advanced games.
So this actually flies in the face of Nintendo's bread and butter for the last 10 years.
Yeah, it really does.
Starting with the Wii, Nintendo found outstanding success by appealing to traditionally non-gamers.
Yes.
However, Miyamoto feels that the casual market has been swept out from under them by mobile phones.
Oh, what a surprise. This may signal that Nintendo is done appealing to wide audiences with gimmicks like motion controls.
Miyamoto went on to say, fortunately, because of the spread of smart devices, people take games for granted now. It's a good thing for us because we do not have to worry about making games something that are relevant to general people's daily lives.
So in other words, gaming is so ubiquitous now that Nintendo no longer has to educate people on what games are or how they work. Lawrence, would you agree with that statement?
I would. I think gaming now is a lot different than it was in 2005. Everybody has a phone, everybody's playing Flappy Bird. You don't really have to get people over the hump of like, I hit a button and something changes on screen. We're used to that. Oh my god, there's a bee.
Lawrence, where are you right now?
I'm in cyberspace.
There's a bee in cyberspace?
Moving on, Miyamoto even admitted that the Wii U has certain design faults.
What?
He said, I quote, after all, we're human beings. Our eyes cannot see two objects at the same time, but we were sure that even with that kind of, say, weak point, referring to the two screens, we would be able to make something unprecedented and revolutionary.
Lawrence said, note the past tense, we were sure. Lawrence, what is that? What do you mean by that?
I think, I mean, it could be up to translation, but I think Miyamoto's admitting that the Wii U doesn't really do what it needs to do to bring new gaming experiences to the table. And to be honest, if you played a Wii U game, you probably noticed that. Like I was saying before, Zombie U is pretty cool, but when you walk up to a touchpad and you're like, oh, the touchpad's on the gamepad, you could just be on the TV. You can only look at one thing at a time. It doesn't really matter.
So despite sounding disappointed with the Wii U experience, Miyamoto is still convinced that Nintendo creating its own hardware is the only way to achieve success. He said, quote, we want to create and they want to experience something unprecedented all the time. For us to meet these goals, we need dedicated hardware that is designed to cater to the needs of these avid gamers. People might say that your software is software. No. A unique software experience can always be realized with unique hardware that has a unique interface. That is why I believe Nintendo is and will be sticking to these dedicated gaming machines.
That's kind of a weird statement overall, considering that the Wii U's biggest asset is their second screen.
Yes.
And
yes.
if you take that away, it kind of just becomes every other console
Right, it's just
out there. So I don't know what he's talking about.
screen.
I don't see what the advanced hardware would be compared to other consoles.
Well, this actually feels to me like Nintendo has to be passionate about making their own hardware because I think above Miyamoto, they are saying right now their hardware is the only thing that's making them money. And when they move over to mobile platforms, and they definitely will, then they're all going to be like, what were we thinking? Of course you want to play Pokemon on your phone. Oh, we're so stupid. But for right now, they have to pimp out their hardware because it's making the most amount of money for Nintendo.
So overall, this is the first time in a long time that anyone from Nintendo has directly addressed contemporary issues that are currently affecting the company, like cell phones.
Biggest question now is, are there any core gamers left for Nintendo to acquire?
I think actually Nintendo's strategy should shift from hardware to software because they know their audience.
Yeah.
There is a huge Nintendo fan base out there, and you know what? They love Nintendo things.
Right.
They need to shift their focus from trying to revolutionize hardware and basically put their back catalog out there in a subscription-based model.
Yep.
Something like Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus, have people pay $50 to $60 a year, and you have access to all that back catalog rather than charging $5 for Mario 1 on the NES.
Well, plus all of us 80s kids have kind of moved on. We would love to see a new brutal hardcore Zelda, but we moved on to like obviously the Call of Duties and the Assassin's Creeds and all those other people, all those other things. And then plus the casual gamers, like you just said, have moved on to Candy Crush. They've moved on to those sorts of games, and there's this whole market that they haven't capitalized on with their Nintendo software. Just throw it on iOS and Android, and they've got millions upon millions of people waiting to play their games.
Embrace your audience, Nintendo.
Yes.
That's what we say.
On to your trailers, we got one. The Lords of the Fallen World.
Lords of the Fallen!
That's the only way to say that. What is this again?
It's a Dark Souls ripoff.
You play as a lord who has fallen from grace. He clads himself in the darkest of iron armors and must slay giants to win his way back into the heart of his fair maiden.
What's his name?
His name is Edgemore Dagrathier.
Ooh, I like that name.
Yes.
What is the name of his love?
His name Kim.
And like we mentioned earlier in the show, yes, we are here in Seattle for PAX, and we have a panel and a fan meetup while we're here.
Oh shit, we do.
That information is right here below, so come hang out with us if you get a chance.
Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Sphinx Theater, panel, Inside Gaming.
I don't think you have to actually say the info. It's
Friday
easily
night,
readable.
Friday night, 9 p.m. Fan meetup.
Most languages.
Westlake Park. Be there or be square.
We're inviting people to go to a park at night to meet with us.
It's not a drug deal. It's a fan meetup.